Okay, so the next question that we got on the menu today is asking us if a nail is 0.1878 inches thick, how do we get the thickness as a fraction? Which is pretty much just saying, how do we convert this number into a fraction? Fairly straightforward process. I'm going to show you exactly how we can do that quickly and easily. Okay, so we know that 0.1875, and we want to get this to a fraction. We know that it's already a fraction, 0.1875 over 1. Okay, it's already a fraction, but I mean, that's not a very useful fraction. Honestly, we don't even write the divided by 1. But if we multiply it by another fraction, if we multiply it by 1, but by something else, is always going to be 1, or something divided by itself is always 1. So if you multiply it by 1 by doing something like this, so multiply by 10 over 10, this is equal to 1. Anything divided by itself is equal to 1. If we multiply this by 10, well, we just multiply the top by 10 and the bottom by 10. So we just move the decimal place 1 over 1.875 over 10. Okay, but we can do that 1, 2, 3 more times. So that's times 10 over 10 times 100 over 10. So that's going to move it over 2, and 1,000 over 10. We can do that, and this will be 1875 over 10,000. Okay, so this is just a fraction rewritten, but we just scaled up the numerator and the denominator by 10,000. So this is the exact same fraction. So now we want to simplify this. Simplify to simpler terms. Okay, so we have 1875 over 10,000. We know that, hey, I know the top and bottom, we can factor out 5, right? Because they both end in 5 or 0. So we can do, multiplied by 1 over 5 over 1 over 5. So 1875 divided by 5 just quickly is 375. So we have 375 over 1/5 of 10,000, which is 2,000. Okay, now we can divide by 5 again. Times 1 over 5 times 1 over 5. So this is just dividing the top by 5 and dividing the bottom by 5 again, because it's another term that we can do. So 375 divided by 5 is equal to 75 over 400. Okay, because 2,000 divided by 5 is 400. Okay, of course. And we can do that same procedure one more time. So, we see the top is divisible by 5, the bottom is divisible by 5. Yeah, okay. So we got like 75 over 400 times 1 over 5 over 1 over 5. 75 divided by 5 is 3. Nope, is 15. I'm tripping. 15 over 400 over 5, and I'm pretty sure that's 80. Divided by 5. Yep, absolutely, that's 80. And then one more time, we can divide the top and bottom by 5. And this is equal to 3 over 1/5 of 80, and that is 80 divided by 5, and that is 16. Now, we can't really break down, 3 is a prime number, so we've definitely got, if we have a prime number in the numerator or in the denominator, that means we've simplified it as much as we can, and we know that this will be our final fraction. And a nice way that we can check that this is correct, what you can do is you can put this into your calculator, 3 divided by 16, and you will get 0.1875. Okay, so following this type of procedure, you can see that if we just try to divide the top and bottom by the same amount each time, eventually we'll get to a point where we find a prime number. Once we find that prime number, that's how we... Here it says that, we can factor out 625 from both of them. Here it says that, we can factor out 625 from both of them. But it can be difficult to know exactly, like, oh, we know that 625 is a factor. So in general, just divide it by what you know, and eventually you'll get to a prime number, and then you can celebrate a question complete, because once you find a prime number, you're good. Okay, so the above solution is good. It's good. It would be nice to have a procedure where smaller terms are factored out sequentially so that this can be done without a calculator. It might be hard to see how you know that 625 is a factor. Cool.